Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. This is not financial advice. I just need a bunch of other mints, baby, because it's about to get hot in the kitchen, fam. We gotta talk about some heat today. I want to say, talk to a licensed financial advisor. Investing carries risk. You know how that go. I'm not your financial advisor, but I do got some heat for you. The S&P 500 reached an all-time high 33 times in 2025. If you've been eating off of that, family, put a 1 in the chat so I can see who I'm talking to. If you want to learn, put a 2 in the chat. But let's look at something else that happened in 2025 as well. The grocery cost for a family of 4 hit an all-time high as well of over $1,000 just for one single month. Family, what is going on? The people who are struggling are being put in a position where they're going to struggle even more. But the people who are investing, they're being put in a position where they're going to make even more. What does this do? Your whole life you've been bringing up and hearing about things talking about the divide between the haves and the have-nots. And it's been going on for thousands of years before you were even born. So how do we become those who have instead of keep getting deeper into those who have not? You have to switch sides from the consumer side to the investor side. If you have not invested at all today, family, I'm trying to put you up on game so that you can see that it's only gonna get crazier. Take a look at this. The Fed will be ending quantitative tightening on Monday. What does this mean? And the divide between the haves and the have-nots is only going to get even bigger on December 1st. What does this mean in simple terms? I heard a lot of people try to explain it, but I got you right here. Everyday people will get slightly lower loan rates on your credit cards, on your mortgages. You're going to get slightly better interest rates on those. But the people at the top, the 1%, they're going to get bigger and faster gains from the stock market, bond market, and real estate, and have cheaper investing loans and cheaper margin rates, aka getting a loan and buying assets with it. So who's going to get richer in this? The people who are the investors. Who are going to get poorer? The people who are only consumers. I want to just show you how serious I'm taking this. Look at one of my stock portfolios. My Apple up 20,000, and my Tesla up 9,000, my Netflix up 4,000, Microsoft 5,000, and the rest of these. I got VTI up 70,000 in one of these. Family, I'm showing you this not to brag, but to show you that I'm taking this so seriously, and I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm putting money into my investments, and it's keeping up and even passing the rate at which I would have been losing money if I was still only on the consumer side. And I'm ready to teach you how to find these stocks when they are at a better price. Many of you have bought stocks. It could have even been Apple. It could have been Amazon. It could have been Tesla. But when you're buying them at the wrong time, you're going to surely get smoked. And because I know that you're ready to transition from being just a consumer to an investor so that you can see yourself prospering, I'm offering you the Cyber Monday deal that's going to get you a $583 value for only $197. And this is going to be a bundle of things that I'm throwing in there. This is going to be 2 exclusive live trading sessions to trade with me. You'll get the full Black Friday masterclass that everybody has been asking me for. And then not 1, not 2, but 3 brand new courses. Stock market for beginners, chart trading made easy, and then stock options made simple, family, for $197. The link is in the top of the description. Cyber Monday. It's time to use that money and invest into yourself rather than just being a consumer, and that's going to be your first step. I'll see you over there. And for my people who are already in, I want you to look at Robinhood, ticker symbol HOOD. Currently, the PE is about 53. But when we see this coming down, that's when we like to buy it. We like when it's under the 30s. But we will be willing to buy it here too. And PE means price to earnings. But what do I mean by that? This is how you compare apples to apples instead of apples to oranges. When you compare stock price to stock price, it don't make sense. When you compare PE, the price of the stock versus what they earn, to another company's PE, you want lower. Lower is better. So now we see that their PE is 53. For modern tech stocks like this, I was telling the family that you want to look for something that's under 30. But Robinhood might have a short-term pop with this quantitative tightening being loosened up. And I want to make sure that I made that clear to you in the beginning. When the Federal Reserve stops quantitative tightening, they're not going to do what's called quantitative easing. But what they are going to do is they're just going to make the quantitative tightening stop, and then it's going to be easier to get these loans at cheaper rates for you. But let's look at Robinhood. Robinhood is currently $128, and what we really want to see is 2 things. The first thing is the net cumulative funded accounts, meaning how many funded accounts do they have? And over the last year, they basically brought it from like 19 million funded accounts all the way up to about 29 million funded accounts And this number is very likely to just blast up to the sky as time goes on. So they're going to have more people putting money on Robinhood, which is going to very likely make them run up. So since we're paying attention to this, we want to be on the investor side, not just the consumer side. Because notice, they're going to be making money from all type of traders joining into the market, but we want to make money too. So we get in on the company that is onboarding everybody. So when they get paid fees, we get paid those fees. And then when you look at Robinhood financial estimates, it says that they had $900 million in earnings, and then that ran up to 989, and now it's over $1.2 billion in earnings. So they are earning more money as time goes on, as they get more people and they get more efficient. And speaking of efficient, family, that's gonna blow your mind. So look at this, the revenue per employee. They used to have this orange line, and notice that line is going down. This is the number of employees or the head count, and that was 1.32 million. They dropped it all the way down to 400,000. So they reduced their staff by like 1 million people. But what happened to the money? Family, the money is the blue line. That's going up. The money now is going up from about 400,000 all the way up to 1.3 million per employee. Family, they getting busy, but how? They're replacing everybody's job with artificial intelligence. And then they scaring you with it by telling you we're in an artificial intelligence bubble. Well, here's some information for you. I'm looking at Robinhood and I will buy it at 129. I'm not afraid to buy it because I'm an investor into the company. I'm not just a person who was just trying to trade it. But here's the level that you want to watch out for. And we look at the 200 EMA, the 200 exponential moving average, and we prefer to buy it under there. But sometimes it'll bounce off of that level. And that level is about $96 at the time of this recording. So what does that mean for us? If we could buy it closer to 96, that's even better. However, we will be willing to buy it. We, meaning me, I can't tell you what to buy, hold, or sell, but I want you to watch out for that one. And then $96 is the real back your Brinks truck up for me. However, at 128, I can still see this going to about 150, even $200 long term. So I'm willing to buy it here in anticipation that it can come down and I will load up even heavier. Everybody should understand that. The next one is Uber. Uber is already under its 200 EMA at about 87. So it's right there, basically under the line. So we like that too, which means we like Uber between right now and about $50. Now, if I'm buying it, and this thing is gonna be $130 stock, then the lower I get in, the better. But even if I get in now, I like that too. But I wanna put y'all up on some game. There's a company back in the day that was a big company, right? It would have been almost the equivalent of like a Mag 7 stock. You know how you got your Apples, your Googles, your Microsoft, your Teslas. It was a big company back in the day called Enron. And Enron turned out to be a complete scam. They weren't making money. Imagine that you were to find out one of the big stocks today wasn't making money and it was a scam. Everybody had their money in there thinking it was safe. And they're telling us that we're now in an artificial intelligence bubble. They're telling us the artificial intelligence stocks are scams. They're telling us all of these things. And now they're pushing out information that happens to be true, but it's going to be a part of the fear, uncertainty, and doubt campaign that they like to push on you. And it's this: on this day, NVIDIA replaced Enron in the S&P 500. And that was November 29th, which was yesterday, of 2001. NVIDIA replaced Enron. Now they're trying to act like NVIDIA is the new Enron, as in it's one of the big companies, but it's actually a scam. Family, this is propaganda, in my opinion, from Wall Street, who is trying to make things seem like they are not. We see artificial intelligence even being employed into companies and actually creating revenue opportunities, even though it is taking people's jobs. It's different from having a revolution versus taking somebody's job. And then let's keep it real. We know everybody uses artificial intelligence. You probably used it today or yesterday, or at least almost everybody is using it, but more people are using it every day. And then we know that the next step is robotics, in terms of them putting artificial intelligence into robots so that robots can do physical jobs and actually be a humanoid robot walking around your house helping you out. This is what they're trying to do, and they've been trying to do that for the last over 100 years. They just ain't had the equipment yet. But now that we got it, we could see artificial intelligence and robotics actually taking over the world. And they're saying that artificial intelligence and robotics are gonna have a chat GPT moment where they go from nobody's using it really to everybody's using it, and it revolutionizes the space. Family, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Hit up that sale, so make sure that you in there so you can be on the live stream tomorrow morning and we can trade together. Family, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I'm ready for you to join the team. I'll see y'all on the next one. Take care.